Welcome back to another video, and today we've got one that I'm really glad you clicked on because this one is not exactly money related, but some of you guys out there do appreciate these non-money related, more so life related topics. So glad to have you here. If you do like my videos, make sure you give them a thumbs up. But anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. So number one I wanted to give you guys was that negativity is like gravity. So what do I mean by negativity is like gravity? Gravity, if you walk outside right now, you have to resist it or else you'll fall down to the ground. Negativity, in my view, is the same thing, right? If you don't resist it, you'll fall straight into it. So it's a lot easier to be that negative person. It's a lot easier to be that person who is antagonistic or says the mean thing or says the negative thing or gives up or doesn't try. It's a lot easier to be that person and fade into the background, to be less than what you're supposed to be in life. It's a lot easier to be that person, but to actively resist that every day, you have to actually put in some effort. And I think that it's important that people hear that because we always feel the effort, but we don't realize why we're having to put in this effort to be a positive person, to be a good influence, to be who we're supposed to be, who we want to be. All right, number two is people don't doubt you, people doubt themselves. So I've seen this a lot throughout life, especially with this channel, that people, they don't necessarily doubt my capabilities, they more so doubt their ability to do the same thing. And it kind of makes people self-conscious. So if you have a lot of small minds around you, a lot of people who don't want to think big, they don't want to think in terms of, hey, I could be that next whatever. They're going to try to tear you down so that they can feel comparatively better about themselves. And it's not even something that's consciously done. It's just a little thing, like the little comment, the little shred of doubt, the little laughing off when you say you have a dream to be, let's say, a movie star, or you have a dream to be a singer, or you want to be a basketball player, you want to be something that person doesn't feel like they can be. You want to be, a millionaire in 10 years. Somebody who doesn't have the frame of mind to think in that space, they're going to try to tear you down. So I just wanted people to hear that one, that people don't doubt you, they often are doubting themselves. All right, number three, you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. So this one has been very important in my life, and I can see evidence of it throughout all of my encounters in the past, right? So back when I was doing a lot more partying, a lot more drinking, those were the types of people that were around me. And whenever you start a new life story, sometimes it's necessary to have a new cast of characters around you. And the people that you attract around you are going to be similar to what you're trying to achieve in life, what your priorities are in life, what your goals are in life. And sometimes, depending on where you're at in life, sometimes you might have to be okay with being alone because you're aspiring to something that no one around you is aspiring to do. And that's okay. It's okay to be weird, because anybody out there who's seen one of my videos that is at the top of my page, when you first click on it, it's called Here's Why Average Isn't Enough. But if you want to be normal, you essentially want to be average. And a lot of averages, the average outcomes in life, they're not very desirable. So be weird. It's okay to be weird. Dave Ramsey always says it, and I love when he says it, is that you can be weird or you can be broke. All right, number four, treat what you do today as if it's what you'll do for every day for the rest of your life. So the reason why I really like that one is because it's a concept that comes from the book Atomic Habits. And it basically says that we tend to do generally the same thing every single day. So if I treat what I do today as if it's what I have to do every single day, then basically the idea was, if you had to do what you did yesterday every single day, what type of person would that produce, right? Would that person be very out of shape? Would that person be financially unfit? Would that person be, what type of person would that person be? And if you live your life with those small habits every day, as if you had to do them every single day, and you stay with that consistency, great things can happen. All right, number five, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Be an investor, not a borrower. So the reason why I put that on here is because We know about interest charges. We know about earning dividends. We know about having money coming in, right, from our past investment or our past actions, having health coming in from our past actions. If you are constantly borrowing from the future in the sense of health, the foods you eat, the investments that you're making, you want to be an investor, not a borrower, because if you are constantly borrowing from the future, you're basically kicking the can down the road to a much larger problem that if you would have just been an investor, you would have invested in yourself, invested in your health, invested in your wealth. Things will continuously get better for you throughout time. Moving on to number 6. Number 6 is never be afraid to spend when it'll improve your long-term cash flow. So this is one that I had to get through my head. Never be afraid to spend when it'll improve your long-term cash flow. Things like me buying this camera, things like me making sure that I have my lights down here. Is it going to make me money in the short term? Absolutely not. Is it going to make me money in the long term? I like to think so, right? If I'm willing to stick with this and I'm willing to continue to expand my knowledge base, expand the knowledge and the value that I can provide on these videos, I think that money will come back tenfold plus. A good example from a guy who I follow called Chandler David Smith, his name is Chandler David Smith, was he had this expensive dinner that he was trying to choose to go to or not go to, but he ended up getting, I think it was like $100,000 deal, right, under market value out of this dinner. So he was about to give up like $100 or so to miss out on $100,000, right? That's how you have to think like an investor, like an entrepreneur, because those small spends can turn into very large returns. So never be afraid to spend when it'll actually improve your long-term cash flow. Number 7 is one of my favorites, and it is what you do to the world, you do to yourself. And people take that to be much more literally than I do, but I see karma as this. The universe, or whatever you want to call everything around us, has a memory. The people around us, they have a memory. If you do something bad to someone, they will either want to or do something bad back to you. It could be even in the form of them just not helping you, right? When you do something good to someone else, something good is coming back to you, either directly from that person or just in general, right? You put good out into the world, you get good back. Number 8, and this one is very important to me. You are the creator of your life. Now, a lot of people will have you believe that you are not the creator of your life. Why? Because it's very convenient for them. Because if I believe that you're not the creator of your life, then who can I tell you that is the creator of your life? I can tell you that I'm the creator of your life. So you better vote for me, because if you don't vote for me, well, your life is about to get a lot worse because of that guy, right? So you are the creator of your life is something that I walk around with. And, funny side note on the whole vote for me. A lot of people will say that, oh, you're endorsing this person or that person. No, I'm endorsing you, okay? Endorse yourself because you are the creator of your life. So that's all I have to say about that one. We'll move on to number 9. Number 9 is there is no limit to how much wealth you can create. And the reason why I say that is because we have to really redefine what wealth is, right? A lot of people would have you believe that wealth is a piece of paper, right? It's a dollar, it's this thing or that thing. But really, the wealth that you create, it was actually created, by humanity. Like a house was created by humanity. A TV program was created by humanity. Software is created by humanity. All of these things, there's no limit besides the physical limits of the earth to how much wealth you can create, because wealth is very subjective. It's something that someone else values. So all creating wealth is just creating something that someone else values, that somebody is willing to give you something that they value for. So there truly is no limit when you actually open your mind to the fact that all you're doing is exchanging value, and there's no limit on value. Number 10, the amount of wealth you have is a direct reflection of the amount of people that you have helped. Now, of course, you could say, well, what about people who inherited their wealth? Well, the amount of wealth that they have is a direct reflection of the amount of people that someone in their past has helped. It's something that you can't get away from, right? The difference here between governments, say, and private individuals is that governments can come in and they can take money and take it from this person and give it to another person. Private individuals, businesses, self-employed individuals, employees, you have to convince someone that, hey, I can do this valuable thing for you, and because of that, you should give me something back, right? So it's not a zero-sum game. It's not taking one thing and getting another thing. It's, hey, do you value what I have to offer more so than what you have? And if you can make yourself more valuable, like I said before, there's no limit to the amount of value that you can create. Number 11, and pro tip, watch the end of the video so that you guys can get that quote. I know some of you guys enjoy those quotes and you guys have messaged me about it, but number 11 is one that I've used before, and that is, you can't build the boat after the flood starts. So this one is not just a money one. You could also put it to health. You could put it to family. You could put it to anything, relationships. You cannot fix something once it's already broken, right? We have to be working today to make sure that that bad thing doesn't happen in the future. We can't start saving the moment our car breaks. We can't start eating right the moment we have a heart attack, okay? So in the moment, we have to be worried about, or not worried about, and I don't want to put it in those terms. We have to be continuously working towards making that bad thing not come to be, right? So anyways, that's number 11. Number 12, seek to understand, do not seek to pass judgment. So the reason why I put this one on there is that it's a very negative mindset to just pass judgment on other people. Because as I always like to say, they are exactly who we would be given their exact circumstances. So if you were that person, you had experienced their upbringing, their financial situation, their mindset, you would be the exact same person, right? So it's kind of a determinism slash, circumstantial. They are who they are because of what they've gone through. So don't seek to judge people or seek to judge situations, but seek to understand them and know how you can make the best of it. Okay, that's what I had to say about that one. And our last one is number 13. This one, you could see it as a positive or a negative. No one cares. Okay. This used to actually depress me, that no one cares. Okay, nobody cares about your scraped up knee, but nobody cares about, you stuttering on camera. Nobody cares about a lot of things that you do. You are insignificant, and you can either let that depress you or you can let that free you. You can let that depress you or you can let that free you, because once you realize that no one cares, you're kind of free to just kind of be the person that you actually are. Once you're actually being yourself, you're actually standing in your true self, kind of frees up life so that you can expand your mind and go do whatever it is that you want to do in life. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, this isn't a finance related video, but it's stuff that I really value, lessons that I have learned over the time. And anyways, hopefully you guys like it. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I'll see you guys in the next video.